welcome back to the Spider's Web, and in this video we're going to be starting off our new series gameplay of Castle Ravenloft. This is a light campaign called After Him. Basically it's a case of chasing down, as you saw from the opening titles, it's a case of chasing down a young vampire. Now, for those who haven't played Castle Ravenloft before, know nothing about these kind of games, a brief overview of the rules. As you can see on the board here, there's a white triangle. On some of the boards there is a black triangle. As one of our characters gets to the edge and ends his turn, he can then do an explore, which means we take another board, place it down, with that triangle facing the board that he's coming from. Okay? If it's a white triangle, all that happens is you get a monster placed on the board. If it's a black triangle, you get a monster and an encounter. Encounters aren't usually good. So there we are. Next thing, each of the characters have specific speeds. So Quinn, which is your man here, he has a speed of 5. Cat, which is this character, has a speed of 6, as has Catty Brie, who is the character in the back here, who later on you will be controlling. But first off, just for this video, I will do a complete turn with all 3 characters, just to show you how we're going, just to get things off and running, and then in the next video I will do the 2 characters that I'm controlling. I've not decided yet which ones they will be. So the way I'm doing this, Cat is going to have a black D20. Catty Brie, who is orange, will get a red D20, and Quinn, who is like a browny greeny colour, I don't have the dice, it's anywhere near that, so we'll do this reddish brown colour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll all 3 dice. The highest number will class as player 1, the medium number will be classed as player 2, and the lowest number will be classed as player 3. So here we go. So we have a 15, that's Quinn. Then we have an 8, that's Cat. And then we have a 4, which is Catty Brie. So, in future turns, I will be controlling Quinn and Cat, and you will be controlling Catty Brie. Okay, so I'm just going to move this back a touch because I want to show you something else. In fact, I'll show you down here on the little cam. I have 3 healing surges. I've got 1 for each character. That's how I've done it. Or 1 for each act. If we don't use 1 in the first act, in the next act we'll have 2. And then if we don't use 1 in the second act, we will have 1 in the third act. That's how I'm going to be doing it. I'll be taking 1 for each act we go through. Okay, so let us continue. And what I want to do first off is pick or decide where these characters are going to start from. They have to start in one of these 8 squares around the stairs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what I'm going to do is rolling an 8-sided die for Quinn. First of all, he's going to start on square number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Obviously you can't have 2 characters on the same square, so if I do roll another 3, I'll roll it again. Next for Cat, we have a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And finally for Catty Brie, we have a 3. We have a 1. So Catty Brie is going to start here, right at the back. Okay, so we're starting off with Quinn. And let's just move his card over here. Now, as you can see from his card, he has an armour class of 16, 8 hit points, which are signified by the little shield tokens, and he has 5 speed, so he can move up to 5 squares in his turn, and he also has 4 hit points for the surge value, which means if we do have to use a surge, which we will be using surges, which are these big discs. If any of us lose all our hit points, we are knocked unconscious. We're not killed, we're knocked unconscious. We basically lie our figure down on the square where we are, and on the next turn we use a healing surge to stand them back up again, and we then replace 4 hit points on the board. Okay, so first off, as I said, it's the cleric Quinn. And what have I done with my 20-sided die? Here we are. He's going to move. He's going to move forward. He's going to move his full 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh dear, he can't move his full 5 because there's only 4 spaces. So we're on a corner. We can either go this way. In fact, I'm going to just zoom out a little bit. Give me a second, just so you can see a little more of what's going on. Okay, so he can either move this way or this way. How do we decide what it's going to be? Well, I think it's time for the return of the 6-sided die, sorry, the 8-sided die. If we have an even number, it's forward. If we have an odd number, it's west. And it's a 4, so it's an even number, so we're going north. So whenever we're doing, well, whenever you're telling me or giving me suggestions of where you want Catty Brie to move when it's your turn to do so, if we remember, this way's north, east, this back here is south and west. It makes it much easier if we remember that way. Okay, so he's done that. We turn a tile over and we have a tile with a black arrow. That's going to face there. It's a black arrow, so we have a monster and we have an encounter. Okay, first of all, let's place our monster. We have a zombie. Ooh, zombie. Is that a zombie? That's a zombie. Now that plays on piles, on the image of the pile of skulls. If I just take that off and show you on close cam, this pile of skulls here, this is where the monsters are first added to the board. They also, when they have to move from one tile to another, they move from one skull pile to the next skull pile. However, if there's another character on the skull pile, then you can put them anywhere on the board. And now our encounter. We have, oh, haunted mists. You catch glimpses of the faces of long dead adventurers in the mists that fill the crypts. If there is an environment card already in play, discard it. The environment remains in play until a new environment card is drawn. Undead monsters gain a +2 bonus to their attack rolls. Zombies, surprisingly enough, are undead. And it's now the zombie's turn, because Quinn has moved. He didn't have any actions he could do, so he had to end his turn after moving. And Then he went into his exploration phase, which turned over the new card. So now it's the villain phase, and a zombie is the villain, and it says if the zombie is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a rotting fist. It has a +5 attack and causes 1 damage for each monster on the zombie's tile. Well, it would only cause 1 damage, but it has 7 attack, +7 attack now, because of this nasty environment, which stays here until another environment card comes into play. So we roll a 20-sided dice, and Quinn's armour class is 16. We want as low as possible. 13 hasn't done it. Quinn loses a hit point. That is Quinn's turn. Okay, so let's take Quinn's cards, place them to one side, and we'll bring out Cat. I had actually just noticed that I picked out a monster to show you. And unfortunately I forgot to show you what to do with the fighting, so never mind. I can put that back. So we have her cards here. Now, next. She has a speed of 6. She can move 6 spaces. So let's make her go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In fact, sorry, he was supposed to have moved. So I'm going to place him there. I'm now going to move Catty Brie. Sorry, not Catty Brie, Cat. She can move 6. So 1, 2, 3. Even though she's diagonal, she's still adjacent to the zombie, and can therefore attack. And oh dear, oh Lord, we're going to use backstab for this attack. Attack 1 adjacent monster. On a hit, you deal +1 damage if the monster is adjacent to another hero. It's a little bit overkill because a zombie only has 1 hit point of damage, and as such will only take 1 hit point. But if I can hit him, if I can hit him for 2, fine and dandy. So he has an armour class of 11 and 1 hit point. She's attacking with a +7 attack. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need at least 4, and we get 10. The zombie is an ex-zombie. This zombie card now goes into the communal pool of monsters, and I'll show you this properly. At the bottom you can see it says experience. That means that if you get 5 experience, you can remove or you can just basically discard one of the encounter cards if it comes up and it's nasty. If you get 10, you can actually level up your own hero, or any hero can level up as soon as we get 10. So that's that. It's now the exploration phase, so we turn over another card. And the card we turn over this time is a corridor tile with another black arrow. Not good, not good, not good. I'll move this over a little bit. So we have a black arrow, which means a monster card. It means an encounter card. Let's deal with the monster first, shall we? The monster card is a blazing skeleton. And the blazing skeleton looks like that. There we are. That goes on the skull pile. And the environment is, sorry, not the environment, the encounter. It is an environment, so we can get rid of that first environment card and replace it with this one. And it says, a horrible stench of decay fills the air. Each hero's speed is reduced by 1. Slowed heroes are unaffected. Okay, slowed is a condition that can be put onto heroes through certain attacks from monsters and cards and that. We'll go through that when we need to. So, for the blazing skeleton, it has an attack of 7 and it does 2 damage, but it also does 1 damage even if it fails. So if the blazing skeleton is within 1 tile of a hero, it attacks each hero on the closest hero tile with a ball of fire. Oh, oh, that's not nice. Plus 7 attack. I will get out another die and we'll roll. The brown one again for Quinn, the black one for Cat. He's missed, but unfortunately, even though he's missed, they still lose a hit point. Could have been worse, could have been worse. Right, so that's Cat's turn out of the way. It's now the turn of Catty Brie. So let's change cards. And we can bring Catty Brie out. There we are. And we'll pop these down. Now the reason I want to show this character first, I want to play all the characters, I want to make sure that we're going to see certain things with Catty Brie. For example, with this, it's a stance. Now we use this particular stance card, we can place it on this card at the beginning of a turn. And while this card has your stance token on it, your hero gains a +4 bonus to attack rolls. Hit or miss, you can move the monster you attack 1 tile in any direction. Okay, so that's how that one goes. So, Catty Brie. It says for Talmaril, which is the only one really we can go with at this precise moment in time. Although we can, that's 6, it's reduced by 1, which you can go 5. 1, 2, no, I'm going to stay 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm actually going to move further over here. She's a long distance archer. Okay, she attacks from a distance. Now it says for Talmaril, attack 1 monster within 2 tiles of your hero. It's in the next tile, so it's within 2 tiles. You cannot attack with this power if your hero is adjacent to a monster. Not adjacent, obviously. Now, she has a stance, so while this card has your stance token on it, your hero gains +4 bonus to attack rolls. Hit or miss, you can move the monster you attack 1 tile in any direction. Well, she has an attack of 6, having it 4 takes it up to 10, and the burning skeleton has an armour class of 13, which basically means I need 3 at least, and I get 11. The burning skeleton has gone. One thing I forgot. Cat killed the zombie. She should have took a treasure card. Oops, the treasure for this one is Ring of Regeneration. Use this item when you will draw a treasure card. You can regain 1 hit point instead of drawing the treasure card. We can give these to anybody, but I'm going to give this to Cat. And now we have 2 experience for killing the blazing skeleton. And we'll put the other over here. And now Catty Brie gets a treasure card, which is Breath of Life. Your hero regains 1 hit point. Oh, it says play immediately. She hasn't lost any hit points. So, unfortunately, that's a wasted treasure. That is such a shame. But that's it for this video. No, it isn't. We have to do the exploration phase. I forgot about that. Our next tile is Irina Corleana's Crypts. Again, it is a black triangle. We have a monster, we have an encounter. So let's get the monster card out first of all, and we have a wraith. And the wraith looks like that. There we are. There's the wraith. And we need an encounter, which will be hopefully not a environment card. It's not, it's an event. You find an ancient chest with a rusty lock. You open a treasure chest, roll a die. 1 to 10 take 2 damage, up to 15 take 1 damage and draw 1 treasure card. 16 to 20 draw 1 treasure card. Let's see what Catty Brie can get. An 8. 1 to 10 take 2 damage. Ouch! That could have been played better. Ah well. That's the first bit of bad news we've had, but next we have the Wraith attack. Now, if the Wraith is within 1 tile of a hero, it moves adjacent to the closest hero and attacks that hero with a life-draining claw. Ooh, +6 attack, 3 damage, or 1 if it misses. So, nearest... the nearest is Flip, Catty Brie. The skeleton's gone because she's killed that. So, life draining claw, attack of +6. She has an armor class of 15, less than 9. 12, she loses another 2. 3 lives, 3 hit points. She's now down to 1 hit point. Oh, that's not gone well. What can happen in the next video? Well, we will find out next time. Until then, take care, God bless, and bye for now.